Ready? Yo, what's going on? It's Jay. This is Lit Logic. We are on episode 66. It's that time of the year, the best time of the year. Football season is back. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each team, each division, talk about what we think about what these teams are going to do this year, and who might win it all. So we got a guest here today. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Back at it again. My name is Purvis Donaldson, CEO of the War Room Little Dynasty. I'm sure some of y'all are in my group. Y'all know who I am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we just gonna get right into it, man. We're gonna start with the AFC East. We got the Buffalo Bills. What y'all think about them? They did real well last year. They finished 13-3.
I mean, we're going to see what they're really made of, because now they're the hunted. Last year, they was like, people was waiting to see if they was going to be for real. They showed they was for real in the playoffs. Now, it's different when you're the hunted. When you're the hunted. Mm-hmm. You got a target on your back now, and you're going to be getting a lot of people's best games, because they want to see like where they at their proven point, like if they're really for real or not. So I think they'll still do well, but they're in a different role now. So, we got to see if it's going to be a consistent, if they're ready to take that pressure or not.
Well, I think what helps them is the division. Tom leaving the Patriots kind of just blew that whole division wide open.
But you got Miami coming.
Yeah.
They got a lot of young talent, and, y'all retooled. You feel me? I told people not to sleep on the Patriots this year. They retooled, and Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick.
Yeah, they paid their man Josh Allen. I forget
a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I think he's the third highest paid quarterback. I think, contract wise, he's the second, but guaranteed money wise, it's crazy. It's Dak Mahomes then Josh Allen. You feel me? It shocked me, but with the incentives and all that, he's the second highest, but guaranteed third. But either way, that's big money. The quarterback market is real. So
I like that receiver duo with Stephon Diggs and Emmanuel Sanders. I think
they still got Cole Beasley over there in the slot. Mm-hmm. And they got that nice tight end too. What's the white boy name? Dawson Knox. He played good for them last year. It's really with them is, can they get a pass rush? The defense, they got the corners, the linebackers. They need a pass rush to get them to that next level, because they couldn't get no pressure on Mahomes. He was back there all day picking them apart. Yeah. And you see, Tampa gave everybody a recipe on how to beat KC. And I mean, that's been the recipe with everybody. If the quarterback on his ass, he can't beat you. So I know they got the boy from my school, Miami, Rousseau. He's been looking all right, but if they don't get no pass rush, it's going to kind of be the same thing. They're not going to have enough to really beat KC in the playoffs.
All right, next team we got the Dolphins. They were second in the division last year at 10-6.
It's up to Tua. Tua got to show out this year, because they got mad talent on both sides of the ball. They got a receiving core now. The running game is iffy. Offensive line is a little iffy, but they got threats, and he's going to have to show some improvement, because last year he was a little shaky throwing the ball.
Yeah, but I think because that was his first season, right?
Yeah, he's a rookie last year.
Yeah, rookie year. I think he's going to get a little bit better this season, because he kind of got them rookie jitters out of the way. So
plus, you got to think too, with a lot of these rookies, they didn't have a traditional offseason like most rookies have. Like last year, remember, it was just throw you in there and good luck. You feel me? Whereas now you get a full mini camp, OTAs, offseason. You get chances to just be in the film room, and that's what he said he'd been doing. So that's what you better be if you're a quarterback. But like I said, with them defensively, they even set. It's really, if Tua can progress, they can be a team that you can't sleep on, because they got a lot of speed on that team too.
Yeah. So next team is the Jets. They got the rookie, Zach Wilson.
I mean,
I don't really see too much happening for the Jets this year.
They're going in the right direction. I'll give them that. They got a good coach. They restarted. They got pieces there. Like
they still in rebuild mode.
Yeah, what's that D lineman name though? He nasty. He's from Alabama. He like a little kid, but he big as hell. Quentin Williams.
Okay.
He's nice, but they're the Jets, bro. They're going to be competing for the number one pick again.
Yeah, pretty much. And then it's my team, New England Patriots. We was third in the division last year at 7-9. I'm not used to seeing my team being under 500 and not in the playoffs, but you know I was kind of expecting it because
still, that team had no business being 7-9. To me, you know, you see me say it already. I wouldn't sleep on the Patriots. You know, y'all went and got pieces, and you know, hopefully Cam can, you know, get out of this shit that he's been in. You know, throwing with his accuracy. Because last year, remember, he started out looking good,
right,
and then got sick, and you know, it messed him up. So I'm hoping it's just that, because you know I'm a Cam fan anyway. You know, and I never had a problem with the Patriots anyway, so I never mind seeing y'all do well. But when Belichick is there, y'all still got that defense, and y'all have people coming back that didn't play last year. And then y'all get the boy back from Miami. He went to Miami. I think he came right back to y'all this year.
Amendola?
No, the linebacker. He went to sign with Miami. It's like,
I can't remember his name.
I think it's like it started with a V. I don't know. I gotta look it up. But he was good for y'all. And then he played with Miami. They cut him this year. He came right back. So that defense is going to be real. If y'all can at least score about 24 points a game, you can't see one of that team.
I think last year we lost a lot of close games.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, you know, we was getting blown out, but we was losing a lot of close games.
Those were games without Gilmore, Hightower, two of your main people on defense.
Right.
Throwing to mailman and used car salesman at receiver, like, you feel me? And even people like sleeping on Aguilar. That was a decent little pickup. Aguilar went off last year. And, you know, I think y'all, you can't sleep on your team. Y'all got a nice run game, too. Good offensive line. And Belichick is the GOAT with coaches. I don't care what nobody say.
Absolutely. But I'm just glad we was able to keep Gilmore because I was hearing rumors that he was going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I saw that too, but I was like, yeah, better not let him go. That's a luxury to have. You don't have many corners that's going to guard the best guy all game. Gilmore is going to shade the best receiver all game. And you ain't really going to have to worry about it because usually he clamps him.
Yeah, so who y'all got winning that division? I'm going to go with Buffalo. I still think Buffalo ain't going to miss too much.
Buffalo, but it's not going to be how it was last year. Last year they got it pretty easily. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to work this year.
I think we're going to be fighting with Miami for that second spot. So we might get a wild card. Yeah, we about to say we might get a wild card.
And I honestly, even though Miami looks better, I would take y'all over Miami with the experience y'all have and the culture. You know, I just think Miami's still about another year or two away from being ready to take that next step.
Yeah, I agree with you there on that. So we got the next, the AFC North. We'll start with the Steelers. They disappointed me last season, man.
Football, they didn't disappoint me. You remember when I told you midway through the season, I bet against them and all, bro. I made a killing on them. I took the Browns. I wasn't. They weren't playing Steelers football, and when the Steelers are winning, yeah, they can throw, but they always have a run game. They didn't have not one run game. Like they did, the shit just wasn't doing it. And you got an old quarterback. You can't be relying on him to throw the ball like that all year. Like,
they went on a win streak.
They started 10-0.
10-0, and then everybody had them.
It was even crazy. I knew they wasn't good because, you know, we was garbage last year. We had our fourth string quarterback in, and they beat us by some cheating shit. You remember that game when we played them, the referee that called a PI?
Oh, yeah,
Cooper got grabbed. We would have won the touchdown and win the game. And they ended up getting picked off because of that. And once I seen that, I said, bro, y'all couldn't beat us, let alone, y'all couldn't even put up a run on us when we was letting everybody run on us. I said, they're going to be one and done in the playoffs. They was even lucky that they started out 10-0 because they probably wouldn't have made it the way they finished the year.
Yeah, I thought they was going to make a lot more noise because of the way they started. But you're right.
If you don't get that boy, though, from Alabama, he ain't no joke. Najee Harris, running back, he for real.
The Ravens. I got to see, like...
You all know what it is. Can Lamar throw the ball?
Yeah.
If Lamar can throw the ball, you can't stop them. You can't stop the running game. They got some threats. If Watkins can stay healthy, you got Marquise Brown, the rookie they got from Purdue is all right. The 2 tight ends and Lamar in the running game.
Yeah, he really got to get his passing up.
Yeah, they have a lockdown defense. If Lamar can throw the ball and make teams, have to respect the passing game, you're either going to have to pick your poison. You're either going to have to prepare for the passing game and pray to God that you keep Lamar contained, or stack the box and live with him throwing the ball, and them speeds just there on the outside going to burn him, And then you have Andrews, who's a good tight end. So it's up to Lamar, really. They're going to go as far as Lamar take them.
Yeah, I agree. They finished 11-5 last year. I think they're going to, do a lot better this year. Depending on how he plays, they'll do a whole lot better. So the next team we got is the Browns. They've gotten a lot better over years.
They need to find some way to get that Odell Beckham thing working.
Yeah,
if they get Odell Beckham incorporated in their offense, they're going to be hell. The defense is there. The run game is there. Baker Mayfield even taking bigger steps. If he can get on the same page with Odell and open that field up to now you got the 2 running backs, and both their running backs are versatile running backs. And you got Jarvis with, Odell. If they can get that to work, it's going to be hard to beat them.
That Landry-Odell duo is tough.
Yeah.
And you got to make it work, man. You got to try to get Odell the ball.
Yeah. And they started doing it even a little better with reverses and trick plays and shit. But dude like Odell, get the ball in his hands and let him work. You feel me?
He got hurt, right?
Towards ACL. He was having a good year. He was having a year. He lit us the hell up. But, he played good. Had like 4 straight 100-yard games. Playing it the wrong way, season over. So if they get that going, they're already going to be hard to beat even without him, because they showed you what they could do without him. If they get that going, it's going to be even harder to beat them.
It's going to be tough.
And it's crazy. This is the Browns.
Yeah, we used to not even like.
This is a team where you get mad and you just playing a new game. That's who you pick the Browns to test out on. Now it's like, I ain't picking the Browns, I'm mad. If anything, I'm trying to use the Browns, I'm mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. A team
they pass
for such a long time. You asked for such a long time.
They do for it though, man. I mean, they had 2 back-to-back no-win seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do for it. Them and the Lions been asked my whole life. Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Next team is the Bengals. So they don't have Joe Burrow back because he hurt.
Towards ACL.
ACL. Tearing people up, man.
No help. They had a chance to get the best lineman in the draft and pick the receiver. That had to be his calling. I'm telling you, because they got Jamar Chase, which is his receiver. That's who he threw to in college. But you had Sewell right there. And Sewell is supposed to be like the next Tyron Smith type lineman. You feel me? That's what they comparing him to. And I mean, I watched him play at Oregon. The dude gave up no sacks in 2 years. He played at Oregon where they played comp. So, I mean, if your quarterback just got beat up, I would want to go get that guy. Mind you, they had dudes over there. They got T. Higgins. Who's the other dude they had? I forget his name. But they had decent threats. And now you about to have, another threat. Don't get me wrong, Jamar Chase is nice, but who's going to protect Joe Burrow?
Right.
You feel me?
Joe was looking, before he got hurt, Joe was looking real good.
All right. And
he was looking real good. So
you don't want Joe to turn into the next Andrew Luck. Got to retire early.
That's some wild shit when you think about it.
Man, Andrew Luck, if he was still in this league, man, it'd be hurt my heart to know that man career was cut early. Because he could have been the next one of the greats, bro.
Yeah, he had the potential.
For real. We could have got Andrew Luck in Patrick Mahomes games. Imagine that.
That's wild.
You got robbed.
But it's unfortunate, but sometimes that shit happens.
Hey, man, it's a brutal game, man.
So who do y'all got winning that division, AFC North?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough division football besides the Niners one. I'm gonna go with
the Ravens only because they have the most potential to win the.
And I think they have an easier schedule, so I was gonna say them too. And like you said, the potential's there with the Browns. You know what they are, even with the Odell thing. There's only so much you can expect from them. Mm-hmm. You really don't know what you're going to get out of a team if Lamar Jackson's able to throw that ball. Because now the offense becomes so unpredictable.
You open up everything, because now you don't gotta pack the line, because you know, all right, now you're going to rush them and make them like run. Mm-hmm. We'll give up, 7-8 yards on a run and like a 30-yard bomb or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but if he make them commit to guarding the pass, he's going to open up a lot more
things. People out that box, because not one spy is going to be able to stop Lamar Jackson. You're going to need multiple Jones watching him.
All right, the next one we got the AFC West, and we're going to start with the Broncos.
A lot of potential, no quarterback.
Yeah, who's their quarterback?
If they were smart, I would start Teddy Bridgewater.
That's what I was about to say. They need to start my boy Teddy.
I would start Teddy over him. I mean, supposedly Teddy been looking better than him in camp, and we'll know by third week. They didn't announce the season starter. Third week, or the third game, is the dress rehearsal for them. So we're gonna find out. But if they start Teddy, they'd be a lot more dangerous because they have the defense. They already set. They got the pass rush. They went and stole Surtain from us, and then you got them receivers. You got Cortland Sutton, Judy. They tight end nice Noah Fant, and they got Melvin Gordon. And a good offensive line. They need a quarterback. That's it.
Romo still there?
Mm-hmm. Him and Bradley Chubb.
He been there for a while, man.
He's still elite as hell. He's just a weirdo. He got his hair all types of colors.
Oh, man. All right, next one we got the Chiefs. So they still got that three-headed monster over there with Mahomes, Kelsey, and Tyreek Hill.
And they gave him more blocking.
Man, so this team will be tough. Like they've been tough for a while, but
they're not going anywhere for a long, long time. Unless Mahomes gets work, cross my fingers. I don't wish injuries on nobody.
Yeah,
but as long as that boy is healthy, good luck. I'm glad he ain't in my conference.
Thanks, man. And they what was I about to say? They went to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row.
And he was offsides away from going to 3 back-to-back.
Yeah. All right, the next one is the Raiders.
Terrible offseason. Shipped away everybody for nothing. Like, they had a good offensive line, just cut them. They didn't get nothing for these linemen, bro. The only lineman they got something for was Gabe Jackson, who was a fucking second all-team, all-pro. And you got a 3rd round pick for him. Sent them to Seattle. I know Russ loved him. But I don't know what John Gruden is doing, but the clock gonna start ticking on him. Because if you look at all the talent that he's been giving away, it's starting to add up. He gave us Cooper for at least the 1st round pick. Gave up Khalil Mack. Look what the hell he's done for the Bears defense. They've been elite defense since he's been there. You feel me? Amari took our offense to a top 5 offense, and then you get Aguilar, and he goes to sign for the Patriots, and he wanted to stay here. All they had to do was match the offer they gave. You see, already give him a lot of money, and he said no to that. So I'm like, who does he even have to throw to? He got Waller, but I guess they're hoping Ruggs takes that next step, and they messed that up with the draft. I don't know why they took Ruggs #1. Like, you would think Al Davis still alive. They took the speed dude.
They, with them losing a lot of their talent, they still finished like 8-8 last year.
Yeah.
Derek Carr threw over 4,000 yards and shit. Like,
yeah. And then you took his help away.
So imagine if you got this guy like an actual defense.
You kept his line. People forget how nice Derek Carr can be. Like that one year, he was the MVP. Then he broke his ankle. Right. Remember that year they made the playoffs? Mm-hmm. People forget, like, this dude is nice. They just didn't. That year he made the MVP, they took all his help away that year. They let him go. And then they go and do it again. So it's like, you see, is y'all trying to help this boy? If not, then ship him off and rebuild. And
Eric, if you seen this, get out of here now. Yeah. There ain't nothing there for you.
I know you're in Vegas and all, but bro,
get out of there. You really want to do something, try to build somewhere where,
the way they coming, they ain't going to be in Vegas for 10 years, bro, because ain't nobody going to come to them games. You got to win for people to show up in them cities.
The crazy thing about Vegas is you get a lot of people that's from outside of the area there all the time because it's a hot tourist attraction.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even really know if you even really have fans or not.
Is it like even the one dude I know, he's got season tickets to the shit, but he's an Eagles fan. But you know, he lives in Vegas and he likes to see the stadium. So he even has like a little suite to where he can watch the Eagles game in the suite and still be at the game. I'm like, that's kind of fucking pointless. I ain't trying to be at no football game while my team is on, bitch. I need to be alone in the dark room. Leave me alone.
Hey man, I did that with the Sixers one time. It wasn't a season tickets, but I had I bought a package for like 10 games.
Word.
And you know, it was just cool to see. You know, I love basketball. So
basketball's a little different. Football, you feel me? It's different for me. You know, I don't have a team in basketball, so I can watch whatever. Football, once it's Cowboys on, I'm not trying to hear nothing else. I'll be locked in.
All right, so the last team is the Chargers. Their quarterback is good.
They're a dark horse for me. If that quarterback can play the way he's playing with the threats they got and their defense stays healthy, people forget they didn't have Bosa or Derwin James last year. If them boys stay healthy, they're going to be a problem because all the games they lost were like 1-2 possession games, and they gave KC a run for their money both games.
Yeah.
Should have beat them to one game. So that's going to be actually a good rivalry to start seeing for the future. Herbert versus Mahomes.
Yeah, so I'll get that too.
For real.
So y'all know who got the division. So.
I think that the Chargers making a wild card though.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I got the Chiefs easily taking that division. So now we have the AFC South.
Shitty division.
Then we're gonna start with the Texans. I don't know what's going on with this.
Free Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get that boy out of there.
I don't know what's going on with him.
Did you see that interview the thing they had today?
No.
He was walking up to the practice and the media was still in his face. He said, "Why the fuck you in my face? You're not gonna see me throw. I'm 4th on the depth chart. Go film somebody else." I'm like, yo, get that boy out of there, bro. Like, why are they even doing it? They still have teams that are willing to give them the bank right now for that boy, and they will not pull the trigger. It's like they're just trying to make homie suffer.
I don't know what it is. That whole sexual assault thing case he got going on, you know, and you got all that going on, and teams still wanting you. You might as well just pull the freaking trigger, man.
Really?
There ain't nothing there. You lost
JJ
Watt
for him to see if he get acquitted, so the value can go back up. But bro, get the man out of there, bro. You just wasted that man time. NFL ain't suspend him, so you just making him sit there.
I don't know what else.
That's what they
even though they played terrible like last year, he almost threw for 5,000 yards.
He was that. If he wasn't there, they would have not won a game. That's how bad they are.
Yeah, you're right, because they finished what 4-12.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't
have won a single goddamn game.
Yeah.
And the games he had to win, he was throwing for like 400 plus yards to win by like 3 or 4 points.
Shit, wow. You think about it.
Bill O'Brien ruined that whole franchise. With one swift move.
So next we got is the Colts.
They got Glass Man over there. He's hurt.
Good. Man, I thought that was supposed to be Philadelphia's, next best thing,
Man, look,
all I kept hearing was Pennsylvania,
You know I heard it. I know my quarterback still with my team.
What happened to Wentz wagon, yo?
You used to see Wentz, Dak. I don't think y'all feel that way no more, my man.
Bro,
the nigga is not even in Philly and is still screwing Philly. Because if he doesn't play over 75 snaps this year, they don't get a first round pick.
I felt like if he was healthy and played, like the Colts would have been decent.
I thought they'd have been alright this year because just for the simple fact, I'm not going to act like that boy trash.
Right.
But he had more receivers, more weapons, and you're behind one of the best offensive lines in the league, so you don't have to be playing that superhero ball he was playing. But who knows, man? Because even he seemed like he brought bad luck over there. You know, Quentin Nelson hurt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Colts is a question mark, bro.
All right, next team is the Jaguars.
They're going to be exciting to watch, but they're not going to be ready yet. Yeah. They got a lot of good talent over there.
Drafted Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
They got Tebow. He got Tebow.
Yes. Can you imagine if that boy catch a touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence? We're going to see that all week on SportsCenter. Skip Bayless going to bust a nut. Tebow's back.
Oh, man. I think, like, Tebow, if he wasn't trying to be a quarterback, he would have still probably been in the
He should have did that from the rip.
Like, you're not a quarterback, bro. You're like, what, 6'8"?
Yeah, you had that one fun in the sun, and that was it. Couldn't find a job nowhere else. You should have just listened to the NFL and tried to play another position. You wouldn't even have to, you would have been adjusted already.
Yeah, he was trying to be a freaking quarterback.
You would have tried to play a baseball player and realized you was trash at that too. Going playing at the Trenton Thunder, not doing nothing.
All right, the last team in that division.
They're going to walk away with this division.
The Titans.
That's good luck.
They got Julio. They finally got a deep threat.
They're going to be hell. Because now you got that bad man in the backfield. Then you got A.J. Brown who's getting loose. He was the only receiving threat. Corey Davis was all right. Now you got Julio on one side and A.J. Brown on the other with Derrick Henry in the backfield. And people forget Tannehill is mobile. So he can move around a little. And they got a nice little tight end. Titans going to walk away with that division easily. And they're going to be a problem to stop on offense for many teams because you can't stack the box. You stack the box if you want. Stack it if you want. They're going to play action pass, sucker you in, and Julio or A.J. Brown is going to have one-on-one. It's going to be jump ball city. That's how they play. And Tannehill knows how to throw it. Throw it up in the air, let Julio in, get under it. Jump ball city.
If you sit back and try to cover him, man, Derrick Henry's going to run you all over.
Give it to the juggernaut sitting in the backfield.
Oh, man. Who he do dirty like that last year? He just moved him out the way like he was a little ass boy. That shit was terrible.
Josh Norman and the dude from the Lions. I forget the dude from the Lions' name. But Josh Norman one didn't count because it was a flag. But it was still bad. He lifted that man off his feet.
He did Earl dirty.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas dirty.
Oh, that was in the playoffs. Earl was like, he ain't scared of him. Earl came over.
He spent Earl around.
Hit him, then pushed him in his back.
He made Earl lead blocker.
Earl lost his job after that. He's been in the NFL since.
Earl lead blocker for the opposite.
Stop playing with that boy Derrick, man.
You don't got Derrick Henry as your best running back in the league. You're crazy.
Insane. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone agrees Titans going to take it.
That's going to be an easy win for them this year.
All right, now we're switching over to the NFC. We're going to go with the NFC East, and we're going to start with your Cowboys.
I don't know what it is. I told everybody it's up to Dak's health, up to the offensive line's health, and can the defense stop anybody? If the defense can hold teams to 21 and under points, and our offense is healthy, it's going to be hard to beat us because that offense, with all the weapons alone, should be able to get 24 points within its sleep. You know, and the shit that I'm happy to see is that Zeke took this offseason more seriously because it's the fastest and most in shape I've seen him come in the season in a while, since like his rookie year.
Zeke been a problem, so him and Cooper, it's kind of like the same thing like how they got over there with the Titans. You got a deep threat.
You got three of them. You got Gallup, Cooper, and Lamb. And what they're doing with us now is everybody's playing every position. So each play, you might see a different guy in a different position. They want to get CD more on the outside because he's our 50-50 ball type of guy. So you might see one play where CD in the slot, them two on the outside, or you might see a trips where they all on one side and then they have the tight end over there. And they're even talking about incorporating Pollard to where we have Gallup, Lamb, Cooper, and Pollard split out with Zeke in the backfield. I was like, damn, about time we use some creativity because Mr. Clapperthon, man, ain't there no more. Over there rolling in New York. That's what he about to do.
I thought y'all kept him as like an advisor or something.
Who, Garrett?
Yeah.
Garrett is in New York. We kept Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore was the one adding creativity to our also. Jason Garrett would tell him, don't do that shit. And they're like, nah. So Kellen Moore is getting more creative. You know, look at how the Giants are struggling in their own training camp. They're running the same shit we were running. I'm telling you, you're going to see.
Speaking of New York, get the next team, the Giants.
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones fucks up again. They got to go somewhere else to get a new quarterback. Because there's no more excuse. I mean, I don't know why they didn't address the offensive line, which they know they needed. And you could have took I don't even know why they wanted Devontae Smith. They should have been trying to get that boy Slater from TCU. He fell right to him and they traded back and didn't take him. Knowing your line ain't the best, that boy Jones could be decent if he ain't got to be off his back foot every play. And then, you know, you didn't do anything.
Because it's an open door.
Yeah.
As soon as a snap,
I don't know.
it's an open door. Here
I
you
don't know
go.
what the hell been going on with them, but I seen 3 players in a row retire from their team. Remember, I was putting that shit in the group. Yeah, they even had one of our linemen come near, and he retired. Like within a week of being with the team.
Because he saw the writing on the wall.
Some graveyard.
Yeah, but that coach is trying to bring him in the right direction. They finally got a coach that ain't taking no bullshit from him, and it seems like, you know, some of them players ain't beat for it. But I think the Giants' defense is going to be good because it was good last year and got better. It's just as the offense, like, you know, Saquon come back, but if he got to keep dodging 2-3 dudes every time he touch the ball, he gonna hurt himself again.
It was another ACL, right?
Yeah, he's still not even. He probably won't even play the first 2-3 weeks. He just got cleared to do practice, not contact, just be able to come back. So I don't know. Like I said, if Daniel Jones don't get it together, they probably gonna try to move on from him because next year is a heavy quarterback draft.
All right, the next team is the Eagles.
Trash.
Stop throwing partnership.
Trash. If they do good this year, I'll truly be surprised. And it's not even an unbiased take, but it's like, who do you have? You know, you got Jalen Hurts. You know,
a young
we don't know what he is. He struggled with accuracy last year. He's more mobile. He's definitely a better leader than Carson. But people remember the Eagles are old, bro. Like their best players are old. Kelsey's old. Lane Johnson getting up there. Fletcher Cox been in the league forever, along with Brandon Graham. These dudes ain't got much left in the tank. They got about maybe 3-4 years left. And if they don't show that they're winning, why would these dudes even go risk their health for some losing seasons? You feel me? And you still got Jalen Hurts throwing the mailman because Rager, he just, you know, was able to pass the conditioning test. Devontae Smith ain't ready yet. That boy skinny as these mice sitting on this table right now, bro. So he can only do what? 2 routes to stop and go, deep routes, but you're not sending that boy into traffic with all them linebackers and grown men in there. And then, you know, they got Sanders and they don't even use the dude right. Like, I don't know
what y'all doing with them, man.
Yeah. Sanders really has an ability to damn near be a top 10, 15 back. And y'all give the dude a carry, he blokes off an 80-yard run, and the nigga don't see the ball the rest of the game. Like, I don't get them.
It makes no sense, yo.
But, you know, y'all got a new coach, so maybe he will get off, but
I hope so, man. But, you know.
It's a rebuilding year for the Eagles. They just want to see I think this is just a year to see if they can go forward with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, if not, they're going to try to go probably somewhere else.
Yeah, they'll draft another quarterback in the draft and probably trade Jalen Hurts to somebody.
All right, the last team is the Washington football team.
Quarterback.
They don't know what they do. Like, why they don't have a name yet?
For one, get a name.
Shout out to Chase Young, man.
Yeah, you know, the defense, they're set. Even receivers and running back, they set. Quarterback, like, you really rely on Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, and then they talk, he going to change it here. I'm like, bro, so out of all these years in the league, he going to finally pick your team to make the playoffs with, huh? I said, I told him by at least week 12, he won't be a starting quarterback. They'll probably either go to the Heineken or whatever the hell his name is, to do that.
Was it what you called there before he got hurt?
Kyle Allen.
Alex Smith.
He retired.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad he did. I ain't want to see nothing bad happen to him, bro. I used to be nervous.
Danger was bad.
Oh, that man almost lost his life fucking with that shit.
Yeah.
So, who y'all got winning the division?
I got us.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
I'm not even trying to be biased.
It's y'all division to win.
If the team is healthy and the defense looks better than the way it should be, no way in hell the Cowboys should lose the division. If they do lose it, it'll be because of some typical Cowboy shit, beating ourselves. It never fails. Making it harder than it needs to be.
Fair enough. All right, the next one is the NFC West. We're going to start with the Cardinals. So,
If they weren't in that division, it'd be a lot better.
yeah. I like the D-Hop and A.J. Green receiver duo over there.
I mean, they got 3 of them. They got Kirk, too. Christian Kirk.
Yeah, they just need
They need a better offensive line.
They need a better quarterback, too. Kyle Murray, all right, but if they have somebody else, I think they're really...
He's getting there, though, but he needs to... Kyler Murray needs to stop trying to play Superman ball and trying to throw a deep ball all the time. Because he'll have guys wide open, but he wants to just throw the deep ball, and he kind of forces the ball to D-Hop a lot, too. He needs to, learn to read the field a little more. And use his athletic ability.
They do need a better running game.
Because nobody's afraid of that running game. You can't have... You never going to have a passing game.
And he needs to use his running ability more, too. He uses it more to stretch plays out to try to throw the bomb when he's got 10 yards and nobody by him. Like, bro, you're fast as hell. You're short, so it's harder to tackle you. Get some of them yards. You never know. You can turn a 10-yard game into 30 if they're not seeing because he's so small. You can be looking around for him, and he hiding behind people running up the field. But their defense just isn't good enough to compete in that division for me.
Yeah, I mean,
They got
JJ signing helps.
But is JJ even going to make it through the whole year?
Yeah, that's another thing, too. He always...
That's like 50-50.
Yeah, and then even with Chandler Jones, he's in the same field. If they play the whole year, that'd be good. But when the last time Chandler Jones and JJ Watt played the whole season?
I was in high school.
Yeah, Chandler Jones was on the Patriots the last time he played the whole season. The Patriots pretty much called that right with him. Said, "Nah, you can walk, bro. We ain't about to pay you all that."
Just to say.
The next team is the Rams.
I have them as a Super Bowl contender with Matt Stafford because a lot of people.
That was a good trade, man.
A lot of Stafford is because he's been stuck in Detroit. But if you look at his stats and didn't look at the name, he matches any elite quarterback in the NFL. And look at the weapons he's giving. He's not giving anybody amazing. The last time he had a great receiver was Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
Even Kenny Galladay is all right, but he's a 50-50 ball guy. Matt out here was operating with nobody. You feel me? Making them look better than they were. And had Matt Patricia's bum ass as his coach. So, now you get McVay, who's a better scheme operator, and he has the comfortability knowing that I pretty much got the #1 defense in football on my side. And I don't see a better defense than the Rams. You got fucking Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald on the same defense.
That's some wild shit. You think about it.
That's
you got
ridiculous.
the best defensive lineman and then arguably the best corner.
He's the best corner in football to me. I'm sorry. Ever since Jalen Ramsey is coming to the league, he chases the best receiver the whole game and usually locks him down. Because go look at his stats for his D-Hop. He clamped D-Hop both games. Bad. What it is with him is the little quick shifty guys get him, like the Ty Hills. Mm-hmm. Who's that boy off the Bears? Mooney. Mooney did him dirty on this one route. But the little quick guys get him, but usually them top physical guys, he clamps them. So I have them, honestly, they should be a Super Bowl contender. They got good receivers. You got a quarterback. They did take a loss with their running back. But there's still dudes out there. I would try to give Le'Veon Bell a shot. Get him for cheap.
Yeah. Because he teach y'all to do that shit with the Chiefs.
Yeah, his attitude got to be right. But I heard Andy Reid did do some bullshit. They said Le'Veon look better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but you got to remember, they picked Clyde with a first-round pick. Mm-hmm. So they tried to force the issue to make him look good, but they were saying Le'Veon looked better during the week, but they just wouldn't give him no spin. So, I'm hoping the Rams would be a perfect time for him to replace. Because they like, versatile running backs, he can catch still. You know, he just seemed like he got a little bit slower than me, and people caught on to his running style, that stopping and then going. People get hit to that shit.
It don't work that way.
Yeah.
It only works on draw plays.
It worked when it first went because people wasn't used to it, but once you let them players get a year of tape of looking at it,
but you gotta have a certain offensive line to do that.
Yeah,
you gotta have an offensive line that's gonna move to the next level.
That Steelers line was nasty. That 1 year he was doing that.
Yeah.
So,
and they had a passing game. They had the fear.
And you had a younger Ben too. Ben was still able to move. Now he just stuck in place like he in mud.
Yo, man, on him, you keep getting fucked up.
I don't care, man. I ain't got no.
Put on 50 pounds.
That's what happens when you do the things you do. We all know what Ben did.
Twice.
No, Ben. No.
Twice.
I didn't know they had the Rams had Deshaun Jackson. I mean, he's not gonna play. He's not gonna play the whole because he stay getting hurt.
He's gonna
be on special teams.
Nah, they gonna use him because they got. What they'll do is he'll be the outside guy. And you can let Cup play his natural position, which is slot. Let him operate in that slot. They can even run 4 out because they got the other speedster from USC, Tutu
Cup is nice when he's not the number one.
Yeah.
When he's not the number one, he's nice. When he's and you seen when everybody was injured, he was number one. It was fucking him up.
Because he's more of a slot guy. Now, if you have with Deshaun here, that's going to make his whole offense easier. And you have a better quarterback throwing you the ball, too. You know, it's not Jared Goff's bum ass.
All right, the next team is the 49ers. Jimmy G can't stay healthy, man.
That's a 50-50 team.
If that team can stay healthy, even with Jimmy G, there's going to be a problem because of the defense. That defense is ridiculous.
Their defensive line.
They get a crazy pass rush off of just rushing 4 dudes, bro. Like, you would think they're blitzing, but then I really went and, even last night, I went and watched the film from, like, when they were healthy. They're getting pressure with just rushing 4 dudes. And then that it makes it even worse because when they want to blitz you, they get there even faster. If you can have that healthy defense, especially with the way Fred Warner improved last year, you just need quarterback play. You know, if Jimmy G can step in or, you know, because that boy ain't going to be ready to take them near yet. So they're like, if they rely on that boy, they're about 1-2 years away. But if Jimmy can do what he did the Super Bowl year, they can still be a threat.
The best thing about the 49ers team is their linebacker core.
Yeah.
Sickest line.
Well, the front 7, honestly.
Yeah, the ends don't pop out special to me, but their tackle. No, him, the other one. What's the other one?
Oh.
The white skin. What's the other one?
Solomon Thomas.
Is it South Solomon?
He's going. They got rid of him. They got a rookie this year. Replace him. Because of him. And then they have them 2 D tackles.
I said the D tackles stood out, but the linebacker.
Yeah.
Linebackers. The
corners. Fred Warner.
The corners was like. Are they still got Richard?
Richard, free agent right now. Richard ain't get signed no time soon after what he just did. Richard went to his Compton.
Why did they post that video? They shouldn't have did that.
His own family did.
They shouldn't have did that. Was I just don't. That just doesn't sit. That doesn't sit. That doesn't sit well with me at all. Like, why would you bring that recording out to make that man look bad?
Exactly.
He already looking bad because he's drunk, trying to run through a fucking door.
That was supposed to be thrown away. But you know what it is?
It's supposed to be handled.
TMZ. You're making these family members sell their soul, put their own, the breadwinners of the family out. Somebody probably, whoever had that video footage probably got paid a couple racks for that. TMZ will do that, bro.
Not even worth it. Not even.
That's what happened to the dude that broke the Kobe news at TMZ. He got paid hella racks for it. Yeah. Now he's one of the most, they won't release his name, but people know what it is and everybody hates him now. And that's the hell you get. Selling your soul
for a couple hours.
Yeah, like,
not even nothing worth nothing. Like
that man's wife had to learn about his death of him and his daughter from the internet, not from the police. Like, that's sickening.
All right, next team, well, the last team is the Seahawks.
They're another 50-50 team.
Same.
You know what the Seahawks remind me of? They remind me of the old Ravens. With Ray Lewis, how they only score they score low, but they unleash the defense. The Seattle, they never score. They don't score high.
What it was the one last year they finally started scoring high. the defense didn't hold up.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the year, the defense started holding up, and they couldn't score for shit. And then what was made worse was their offensive line wasn't held up, and that's why even when I seen they were going against the Rams for the playoffs, I took the Rams ASAP because they had no line. I said, bro, Russ about to be running for his life this game, and what happened? Aaron Donald up there. When you go into the playoffs, if you don't have a line, especially in the NFC East, because that's where most of your better pass rushers are. And regardless, to me, the Rams are going to be in the playoffs regardless. You're going to have to go through them, and if you don't have a line, you ain't going to do it. That's why I'm glad, we have a line. And, other teams have a line for them. But the Seahawks, the one thing they did was go get offensive linemen this year. Like I said, they got that still from the Raiders. They could be like the Sleepers, like bro said, they're 50-50. We got to see how they come out. They need to get back to the old school Seattle style of play. I know you want Russ to look good and all that, but you have a good run game. Carson ain't no bum. You got him and the other running back, and that helps your defense not be on the field a lot. And we need to see Jamal Adams be a real safety, not a defensive end that plays safety.
Yeah.
Because he's horrible at coverage.
He's a headhunter.
Yeah.
He's literally an old style safety.
He's really, I call him Roy Williams 2.0, the safety that used to be on the Cowboys.
Oh,
he just looks to
31.
make their big hits. Yeah. And even he has a chance to make plays on the ball, but he'd rather hit you and make you jar the ball loose.
Cam Chancellor.
But see, Cam Chancellor went after the ball too, and that was the difference.
Who would you say was a better ball hawk, him or Earl?
Well, Earl to me was a better ball hawk because Earl's the freak. You got to be a ball hawk, but still you couldn't play with Cam. If you think he's just going for the hit, he'll pick that from you.
He's 6'4".
Yeah, Cam was a safety. That whole that Legion of Boom was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah, that's why
the only weakest point was Byron Maxwell.
Well, you could have thrown any corner in over there because what they did was they had Richard on his side. He did his thing. You had Cam on the side with Richard. Any corner you get over there, Earl's gonna be over top of him. So anybody's gonna shine.
That's what you see when he went to the Eagles and the Dolphins.
Oh, I loved it.
It was
Eagles picked him up. I was like, oh yes.
He was by himself. The first fucking game, chewed his ass up.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Chewed his ass up. The first fucking play.
There was actual talks about them trying to trade
Russ. That was hot air. Russ was mad at the time because they weren't confronting him about what they need. And Russ was like, yo, I've been the most sacked quarterback since the damn Super Bowl that we lost. Can y'all give me some blocking? I'm tired of getting hit and going off my back foot. And if you watch Seattle games, Russ is not lying. Russ magic became a thing because he happened to do it. He's like, all right, I don't mind doing it here and there, but every fucking play I got to do that, especially when I have the 49ers in my division with their rush, Aaron Donald, and now I got J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones in my division as well. Give me some blocking or I'm not going to make it. And you see what happened right after he made that demand. He went out and got nothing but offensive linemen, all vets. So that's why he's been quiet since. You hear Russ say a peep since then. He's like, all right, I'll shut up. Y'all got it.
All right, so who y'all have winning that division?
I got the Rams.
I agree.
I'm between the Rams and Arizona.
Yeah.
I was between the Rams and the Niners.
I'm gonna go Arizona based off the simple fact that they're young, they're exciting, they're young. And
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Every team in this team thing could make the playoffs.
I could say
they can fuck around.
If each team was in different division, they make the playoffs.
And still don't even be surprised, depending on how the games play off. If nobody really gets swept and they split these games, they can fuck around and steal all 3 wild card spots. Because you gotta remember,
who will be the weakest link?
Huh?
Who will be the weakest link?
To me, Arizona.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Based off quarterback or just inexperience?
Inexperience.
Yeah, inexperience. Because you only have Chandler Jones, D-Hop, AJ Green, maybe. He ain't really
you gotta still see him. AJ Green, he's been out for a while.
So, when you compare them to the Niners, who were only, and they overachieved last year being as hurt as they were, and you have Russ, and then you have the Rams that just were in the Super Bowl not too long ago. They're all experienced with that hardship and that grind of the division and getting into the playoffs. Cardinals are like fresh to that. They've really been the little brother of that division that gets their ass beat by everybody in here.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have the NFC North, and we're gonna start with the Bears. Great defense. It's just the offense gotta.
I wouldn't even say
if that quarterback comes in and does what Justin Fields, heads out right, they're going to be hell for years to come because they have the receivers. Allen Robinson is heavily slept on. He's nasty. They got running backs. You have a shutdown defense, and it's still young defense. Even Khalil Mack ain't that old. He's like the oldest dude on that defense.
Bears just can't. They got everything. They just can't.
They really like. What's the dude name off life? Can't get right.
Yeah,
that's how they are.
Can't click. They can't get
something
right.
ain't there for them, bro. And they've had, and they, even as crazy as they look, they snuck into the playoffs the last 2 out of 3 years.
Yeah,
you know, and could have had a playoff victory if it wasn't for
Parkett
digging the shit off there.
I still can't. You make the one where they freeze you, but they missed the one.
And it was only from like 30-something yards. It wasn't even that far.
I tell you, man, pressure bust pipes.
That was that Foles magic that the Eagles had.
Speaking of which, he's on that team. So.
Right. They got 3 quarterbacks on that team.
Andy Dalton, I don't get the
starter, but I think Foles will be traded. They're just waiting to see what quarterback going down. And I think the team that really wants him is scared to get him because it'll put that quarterback in a certain position he don't want to be in again, and that's the Colts. Because if they go get Foles, guess who's going to be pissed off about it? Exactly.
That'll be some funny shit.
Yeah, and Foles will fuck around and go there and ball because that coach was the same coach that was calling the plays for their Super Bowl
run. Right. All right. Next team is the Lions. They ass. Like I don't know what else to put in their ass. They got Jared Goff that ain't really gonna help.
They're tanking. They got a good coach, but they're the top 3 pick next year. They may not win the game this year. Keep it 100. Matt Stafford was saving them to winning games. I can't see them winning the game. 1, they have Jared Goff. 2, they have nobody for that man to throw to. You can't even name me their receivers.
I don't know.
They got DeAndre Swift. That's it. The running back from Georgia. I think their best receiver name is like Tyrell Williams.
All right, the next team is the Packers. What is A-Rod gonna do, man?
A-Rod better show up all this bitching he's been doing. Because, I mean, do they have anybody different? What do they do?
I don't know. I heard was trying to leave. What's his name? Devontae Adams.
Nah, they're gonna stay now. Because A-Rod came back.
All right, so he is staying back. Okay.
It just made no sense for him to even do that, knowing he was going to come back. Making that big fuss.
Well, he thought Aaron was going to leave, so he was like, man,
Aaron did it to put him on notice and get a longer vacation.
I'm talking about Aaron. I'm talking about Aaron did all that bullshit just to come back, man.
It was a way to get a longer vacation.
Because he thought he was going to get more money from other teams.
And it was to put him on notice. Like, listen, I really will do this retiring shit if y'all don't help me. And he got that. Doing that didn't go unwanted because, like I said, say if this year doesn't go the way he wants it to, he has an opt-out clause next year. They added that in his contract now. So say this year fucks up and he doesn't like the way it's going, he can opt out and become a free agent next year.
The Packers played so well last season. I don't know what it is they can't do to get over the freaking hump. Right?
That's when you have a chance to put the game away and you give Tom Brady the ball back, you're not going to win. It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. They had a chance to beat the Packers on 4th down. You have the MVP, and you kicked the field goal, and really thought you was going to get the ball back from Tom Brady in the playoffs.
All right, the next team is the Vikings. I don't even know who they have anymore.
They got a squad, but Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. You got Justin Jefferson.
That's the
Cleveland, Dalvin
Cousins.
That's the downfall. Their quarterback.
They paid Curry, and then they gave him an extension.
Them and Washington just swamped horrible quarterbacks for horrible quarterbacks. They basically just swamped because Kirk Cousins is terrible.
And he gave Kirk that bag too.
They extended him.
Don't get me wrong. Look, same thing with Ben Roethlisberger. If you like fantasy football, the great dude, those are quarterbacks.
Kirk gonna put the numbers up.
to throw the ball.
But when it's time for him to win that big game, it ain't happening.
He can never happen. You like that? I don't like it.
He's always had good receiving cores, even with the Redskins. Carson, D-Jack, the other boy, the tight end when he was nasty. I think he had San Fran, I forget his name. But Kirk's always had a core, and this is a strong. If you put any decent quarterback on the Vikings that ain't Kirk Cousins, they are a true threat. They have a defense, and like I said, they got them 2 receivers. They got 3 actually, because they got another dude over there now, and Dalvin Cook, and just Kirk Cousins. So he's in the way.
So, if you guys got winning the division,
Green Bay.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, the last division.
My favorite division.
Yeah, no, let him take it away. I've been waiting for that.
The NFC South.
Crab legs over here.
We're gonna start with the Falcons.
Fuck them. I'm happy Julio left.
Yeah, I'm glad he got out of that.
Watch out for
Matt
Matt
Ryan
picks.
Matt Ryan.
That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. If I'm not being biased, I'm so glad that nigga is not in my division. Kyle Pitts gonna be a pain in y'all ass for a long time. That nigga is 6'7" and runs receiver speed, bro. Like, that shit is, you never see a tight end go that high. He went that high for a reason. That's why, I still don't think, it's enough to make Julio expendable, but, him and Ridley ain't no bad duo, man.
No,
like I said, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that shit in my division.
I mean, I'm not worried because Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he gonna get in the way.
And then Falcons defense are just terrible. Vic Beasley, is Vic Beasley even still on there?
Nah, he ain't even in the league no more, bro.
Like
he got sliced.
Like the defense their defense is not good. To me,
we took their best defenders are on our team. Casey and Neal came play for us. They didn't know them.
They don't got a run game.
They didn't rebuild the year. This is going to be a blowout year.
Coaching.
They're going to try to make Matt Ryan look as great as possible.
They're going to get him.
So next year they can trade him and he can get a good value.
Falcons ain't been right since that comeback victory in the Super Bowl. Ever since then, they just ain't been right, man.
We even gave them a taste of that choke medicine last year. We started it pretty much for them last year.
Oh man, yeah, wasn't they up by a lot? Y'all came back.
It was up by 27. I was getting ready to take a nap, and then we just touchdown. I'm like, whoa, this is the Falcons. Matter of fact, let me stay around.
I lost my ticket that day. No, man.
Oh shit! Next team is the Panthers.
No comment. Then you know what? I'm not gonna say
they got iffy. Real iffy.
They got Sam Darnold from the Jets.
It's going to really rely on Sam Darnold because they got the weapons. They got McCaffrey, decent defense, but is Sam Darnold that guy?
I don't think so.
Or do you go draft a quarterback next year? That's where they at with it.
I think you draft a quarterback to be safe, but you still gotta let Sam Darnold spin. You still gotta see what he can do. I mean, McCaffrey, he's still gonna get his numbers regardless. Receiving, I don't really.
They got DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. They did their thing last year, so they set. They just need a good quarterback.
Yeah. All right. Next team is your team, Saints.
That nation. I mean, look,
Jameis Winston.
I'm gonna let you finish with.
I'm not even. This is shit. You might agree with me. If Jameis Winston can play the football that he can play. Even though he do a lot of goofy shit, people forget that this dude can really throw the ball and make every throw on the field. It's just he's just so goofy about everything. Even the shit I watched the other day when they was running the ball like that through the shit.
Why did they do that?
He tripped over the shit.
Why do they always show the goofy shit? They never show him complete a pass.
They showed him
they showed this nigga ENW.
Ever since that nigga ENW was the camera bill.
But people get past that and realize this dude is really a good quarterback. You can't just lead the league in passing yards and be a bum. You feel me? And like I said, the dude can make any throw. And if he just limits the turnovers, the Saints will be all right. And they can stretch the field more. I'm not going to say he's better than Drew because that sounds stupid. But you can attack more vertically now with a stronger arm, whereas, Drew was limited. So it's up to him.
I do agree with you on that, but I do say for Jameis it's going to be difficult because He has big shoes to fill.
Drew, of course.
Drew didn't have big shoes. And I'm not knocking nothing about Drew. Drew's a great quarterback, but he didn't have shoes to fill. He followed after Aaron. He followed after Aaron Brooks.
Yeah.
That's not, no offense to Aaron Brooks. That's not nothing to follow after. Drew had Hurricane Katrina shoes, and Drew did his thing. Now Drew's gone, and you got Jameis. That's a lot of shoes to fill.
We're gonna see if that year learns.
Plus, you got to go against Tom Brady twice, not once, but twice.
They say Michael Thomas requesting a trade, man.
And I'm just about to get into that. Yeah, he look. His trade request has been pending since last year, and it's to the point where it's like, man, just go, because he wants to leave for a silly reason. He's mad that him and Sean Payton got into it, but you're one of the captains on the team, man. You're getting put at a certain standard, like you arguing with your players and wanting to fight other players, and you're supposed to be the captain. You ain't never seen Drew Brees in a scuffle like that.
Never even doing that shit.
So to him, he's being a crybaby.
I think he got a little big headed after that 1 year.
Yeah,
I thought he was the man, and even like I had him as one of the best receivers, but I was like, I don't think he's the best. And he was coming at like DeAndre Hopkins and dudes like that. I'm like, yeah, you need to slow down. DeAndre been doing this, like, and didn't have Drew Brees as a quarterback.
A lot of quarterbacks, you didn't even know who DeAndre Hopkins had.
Still getting 1,000 yards season.
Oh, and then, matter of fact, shout out to who that defense, because their front.
That's gonna
Their
help
front
them
is
a lot.
good, and their cornerbacks
That defense gonna
questionable.
And that's one thing also. Jameis has never had a defense over top 15.
A consistent run stopping defense.
He's never had that.
Pass coverage was
He's
still
always had
iffy.
to do extra because they knew that the defense wasn't going to hold up. Now you know, hey, I don't need to do this because I'm probably, if I play smart, I'm going to get the ball right back and my defense going to give it to me in better field.
Shout out to Alvin Kamara too, solid running game. And shout out to the offensive line. Saints.
I got him being an offensive player of the year. I think they're going to use him a lot this year.
Who, Alvin?
Yep.
They got to. Because last season, he didn't do great. Did the season before, but last season he did okay, but not great.
Because he was the only one there.
I miss Mark Ingram. I miss both of them. Don't get me wrong. What's the boy name that they got from the Vikings? Murray. I like Murray, but he's not Mark.
Mark bring leadership.
Mark was the wrecking ball, and then you imagine getting Mark. Imagine having Mark running you for 4 or 5 plays.
Try to get him back. This motherfucking Mark wasting away into Houston, man. I was sad as hell when he signed in Houston.
I was sad as hell when he went to the Ravens. I was like, you let this nigga go to the Ravens?
Him and Lamar was funny as hell. Big trust.
Whoop, whoop. Lamar Jackson. He ain't never do that with Drew.
Last team is.
Who's the last team?
Yeah, last team. Buccaneers.
Look, we don't even gotta say I'm not talking. Look,
we got him week 1. Shit.
At least y'all play him twice a year.
I'm glad we don't. We can get our quick L out.
Sorry,
Cowboy fans, but no, I'm not expecting to beat them.
Don't we still got AD?
They got everybody.
Then they picked up somebody. They picked up another receiver.
No, they kept everybody.
They still got Chris Godwin.
They kept Godwin. The only person they getting back that was hurt was O.J. Howard.
Shout out to their linebacker. What's his name? Number 45.
Devin White.
Shout out to him.
I
That
told
dude
people
was
he was a bad boy.
He a cowboy too. That dude nice.
Man,
they kept the most stabbed
everybody. They didn't let nobody go.
Gronk still there?
Gronk's still there.
Man,
Leonard Fournette still there.
Gronk and his concussions, Joe. Gronk is concussed.
Crazy thing, Gronk went off in that Super Bowl.
He is. He scored 2 touchdowns and Mike Evans scored none.
That's because they had all their attention on Mike. They had Honey Badger guard Mike.
They should have went to Mike the next play. Honey Badger couldn't do shit that game. And that's not knocking nothing against Tyrann Matthew, but Tom Brady got the best of the Honey Badger that game. He was in his head.
Because he said that shit to him.
What did he say to him?
Said, I'm going to keep coming at you, bitch. And then Honey Badger said, you ain't going to try it again. And then that's when he threw that shit to AB on the in-out route. And he said, I told you, I'm going to keep coming at you, bitch. And then that's when Honey Badger got mad as hell. They was sitting and seeing it, and Brady's like, yeah, bitch, you heard me. And people don't realize Tom ain't Tom did went at it with Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
A real killer. You think he's
He
scared of
didn't
him,
do Ray didn't do that shit. He didn't do that shit.
Man, that nigga Tom played with a real killer.
Yeah. So that nigga what? What?
Yeah, you guys, what?
I'm gonna throw it again.
I'm
I'm gonna throw it again.
Okay, now I just, you feel me? It's just ironically two of our rivals.
I mean, they got coaches.
Giants fans and Eagles fans go hard hating Tom Brady. I'm like, I can't hate the dude, bro.
I can't.
Greatness is greatness,
He's
bro.
the GOAT.
Nice.
Like, you gotta give it up at some point, but Giants fans, oh, he's not the GOAT. Like, bro, just because y'all got the better of him don't mean he's not the GOAT, bro. Like, and y'all needed two amazing plays to get that shit off anyway. Nigga catching shit like that on the fucking head.
Bro, that shit pissed me
Yeah,
off.
and then the man catch. You couldn't throw a pass. That's the best pass I've ever seen Eli throw in his life. So when the man in here, that shit couldn't have been no more perfect. He put it right there. Usually we see Eli throw it left hand to the damn defensive lineman. Eli just was weird, bro. That nigga, oh, it's the Super Bowl. It's time for me to be elite this game.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, he cut up. Peyton in the Super Bowl, shit.
But for real. And Peyton Manning Super Bowl, he stole that one. He didn't do much of shit.
Which one? The one that never?
Yeah. That last
That was the defense Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Another one,
Champ.
MVP.
Yeah, Vaughn, Champ, all of them. That was their
I
Super
didn't
Bowl.
mind it
Those
though,
are the ones
because I
that
got to see my
blown
boy
out.
get a ring, DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah. All right, so pretty obvious. I think
Bucks
everyone got the
and
Bucks winning the division.
Bucks and Saints against
Yeah.
those two. And
Trying
I'm
to
gonna
get
say
the
this.
wild cards.
And I'm gonna say the Saints. Look, I'm gonna say the Saints.
Sneaking the wild cards.
No, they can't sneak in a wild card based off of Jameis and their past defense. Because honestly, our season literally relies off of Jameis and Sean Payton.
I see y'all getting the wild card, and three of them teams out of that motherfucking 49ers Rams division gonna get playoff spots to me. I see like the Rams win, and then possibly Seattle, San Fran, Arizona, at least taking two of them. I don't see all
The
three.
Rams could make the playoffs if they don't fall apart.
They gonna make the playoffs.
They don't make
All
the
right.
playoffs. They got too much.
That defense gonna keep them in so many games.
It looks good on. It looks good on
Listen,
paper,
man.
and I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking them.
Well, the defense already.
No, the
been playing.
defense is already solidified. It's just that
They
offense.
can only go up with the quarterback. They had Jared Goff back there spinning it, bro. They even won a game with the backup. Who was the backup that was playing better than Goff?
I do.
He got hurt in that playoff game.
I do know you talk about.
I
He was really
forget
out
his
there
name.
throwing dots.
He was spinning it, and Jamal Adams hit him, and he ended up going out for the game.
Yeah, that's it.
I forget his name. But yeah, Tampa Bay, man. I mean,
Yeah.
when you really look at it, and I hate even saying it, because, football is not like the NBA, so it's hard to call, but honestly, it's looking like if they stay healthy, we're looking at another rematch.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Tampa
I got that because
They kept
Kansas
everybody
City
and got better.
Yeah, Kansas City has been a threat for the past 3-4 years.
And they got that
That's a
Baltimore
$400 million man right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop playing with
And
him.
they're doing what
the
they
Bucks-
do the right way to protect them.
And the Bucks have the most stacked team in the league,
They
so
kept everyone.
I
And
agree.
they're only
Usually
gonna get better.
when a team keeps everybody, you know.
You got to think, Antoine Winfield was only a rookie and played like a vet safety. Devin White only played half the year. Now he's fully healthy, calls more hell, and then you got on them vets, and then
Isn't this his sophomore season?
this is third year. Man. And me and Javon was already big on him when he first came in. 'Cause I remember you agreed with me when I said Tampa got a steal. They got him at like the 15th pick in the draft. They traded back in the first round because he was still up there and picked him. And when I heard him, I'm like, yo, nobody picked Devin White. And
Yeah, I'm surprised
they were all big
low.
on Devin Bush, the dude from the Steelers, who's still nice. But I was like, yo, nobody got up on him. And I remember I was like, bro, right after, he's like, yeah, bro, I'm surprised we didn't try to slide
And it's a steal because in our division, like other than Tom and Drew Brees were throwing, our division is a running division. You need a linebacker to run downhill.
And you got him to chase McCaffrey,
Kamara,
all them fast, utility
quick
backs.
linebacker.
So I'm glad we playing them week one and getting it out the way. Cause I'm nervous as hell for that game. I was like, bro, just cause like offensively, I know we could probably hang with them a little, but defensively, I'm scared as hell to be going against them. Especially, we young. We got a lot of fresh faces. Your first game is against the GOAT. You know you're gonna be nervous.
Yeah. Hey man, we want to thank you for coming through, man, dropping your knowledge.
You know, I got you, man. I got you. It's a pleasure.
Happy to have you come down for this episode. You already know what to do, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell on the YouTube channel to let you know every time we drop a video. All that good stuff. But until next time, I'm Jag. This is Let Logic. Catch y'all next time. Peace.